Okay, we're recording. So,
Hi.
Vicky, you ruined it.
I'm sorry.
I was going to do an intro.
We'll cut. We'll cut that out.
No, that's won't work for me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. We'll just keep them going. Keep them going, girls. Okay. Okay. So I'm here with Vicky. You can say hi again.
Hi, everybody.
And we're gonna do this game show thing that I came up with for no reason. Why did I come up with this, Vicky?
I don't know. You just asked me.
I have no memory of anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, we saw Passengers last night, and I wrote Jurassengers before. I didn't see Passengers at the time.
Okay, I see now.
Yeah, and so Vicky has not read Jurassengers, but she's seen Passengers last night with me. All these words, I'm just gonna mix up Passengers and Jurassengers.
So you made Jurassengers before you saw Passengers.
Yes, but Passengers was already out, and I didn't know that, and so that was part of something in it. But then, so I don't know. My brain is kind of fried from a weekend of work, so my timeline is all mixed up in my head.
Okay, well.
But anyway, the point is now Vicky's going to guess the plot points of Jurassengers through what she knows about Passengers, and I'm going to tell her if she's right or wrong. I'm going to put the rules up on screen right now. They would be on right now. Yes, I know. And so the rest of this is probably just going to be some of my art in the background, as I often do when we do these things. Oh, by the way, the reason why there haven't been a lot of videos lately is because, obviously it's a little bit time consuming and I could be writing in that time. Also, there was 10 views on most of them, which, it's still 10 people theoretically, unless just one person watches it 10 times for no reason.
Right.
And also because, the like to dislike ratio, since it is only 10 people watching, it's 2 to 4 or whatever, and so it's a little bit disheartening because, when you're not that popular or known or watched, it's just a lot of, I'm saying a lot.
Yeah, it's fine.
You know what I mean, and it's and with liking and disliking, people don't have to justify it. It's not like getting a review where they can say, this is why I like this or this is why I dislike this. They can just do that, and it doesn't really provide any context, yes. And even if you see which videos you make that are more disliked or liked than others, it still could be just coincidence or fate or the numbers just don't tell you that much.
Reviews are just a little bit more helpful.
Yes,
just a wee bit.
Yeah, that's basically why.
Okay.
But I decided to do this video because I don't know why. So
you don't remember why?
Well, I also don't know why. I mean, I know I want to, but I don't know why I want to.
Because it's been a while since I've been in a video, huh?
It is, and I put a vote on Twitter. I don't know if I told you this, Vicky, but...
Oh, yeah.
I did tell you.
They had them vote to figure out which movie to...
No, which friend to bring to the movie.
Oh, which friend to bring. Oh!
Yeah, and they voted for
popular.
you.
Yay!
Yes.
Oh.
It's the only time that'll ever happen.
Yes.
Oh, Vicky, you're so depressed. Oh. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Oh, I am now very happy. Thank you, everybody.
Cool. Anyway, I guess we should stop beating around the bush and just sort of get to it. So do you want to make your first guess at which point? I have the story under the table here, which you will not be able to see.
Okay.
Just to confirm things, because I forget things too sometimes.
Right.
So I'm going to take a sip of milk and you guess something.
Okay. Well, I now know that you actually wrote this before even seeing Passengers, so...
Yes, and I had very little knowledge about it. Actually, as it happened, one of the major plot points in the movie, somebody sort of when somebody suggested this story, I didn't think I was going to do it, but then the more I thought about it, it was I just sort of got into it, and I didn't know that was actually part of Passengers, so,
okay, you didn't know that someone was part of Passengers?
Yeah, but I guess we'll get to that if we do. So,
okay.
Just make your guess then.
Alright. Is this gonna, okay, so... I guess this would be a part where we would talk about spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it, right?
Oh, God, yeah, whatever. But no, everyone who's going to watch this has already seen Passengers.
Oh, right, yes. Everyone who's going to watch this has definitely seen Passengers.
Oh, yeah, because they're on my Twitter, and everybody saw it before me.
All right, well, okay, so, what is something, does someone wake someone up without, okay, so one of the major plot points of the film or whatever, right, is someone gets woken up on a ship. Okay, are they actually in space?
Yes.
Okay. All right. On one of those multi-generational, go through lots of time and space ships.
Yes, they're on the
Okay.
spaceship.
Are they all human?
No.
Okay, so there are some humans, some dinosaurs.
Yes.
Okay. Is Owen there? Obviously?
Yes.
Yes. Claire?
Yep.
Yeah. So I feel like that they would probably take the parts
Yep.
of Jim and Aurora.
Yep.
Yeah. So, did Owen get woken up out of car sleep or whatever early?
He did not get waken up early, but he did get. I guess the way you phrase that makes
Yeah.
it kind of hard to answer. But he did get woken up. Probably earlier than he wanted, but just exactly on the time he was supposed to.
Okay, so was this an act of God then? Basically?
No.
No? Not in that particular phrasing?
No, you could stretch it out to like so that really that is like so that your statement is right, but just like in the most basic things, no.
Okay, so it wasn't really planned for, but it was at the same time still kind of
No,
like fate?
it was planned for.
It was planned for.
But it's not the way he would have liked things to turn out.
You know, before I actually saw it, like a lot of stuff about the film, or I didn't even really know all that much about the film beforehand. I was kind of under the impression that it wasn't just like a random thing that the one guy that Jim in the film gets woken up. I thought that maybe there was some kind of conspiracy. Is there a conspiracy?
Not really, but I do agree that tagline where they said there's a reason they woke up. Like, okay, it's partly misleading, but I also see why on a metaphorical level it's not. But it's like, it's a sinister phrasing of it.
It gives the sinister phrasing
Yeah.
for something that doesn't actually happen. That it gives
Yes.
an insinuation that doesn't happen in the film.
So it's like, well, it does happen, but it'd be like if the tagline for Alien, like in space, nobody can hear you scream, as if instead of that being like a horror thing, as if everyone just got ice cream. It's like, yes, it's like there's an implication there, but you gave the different impression. But anyway, so yeah, what was your question?
Is there a conspiracy?
There's no conspiracy.
Okay. No conspiracy, but there was a plan to have this guy woken up
Yep.
earlier than he would have liked. Okay. Does he end up waking
Yep.
Clara up as a Stegoceratops?
Actually, you would have to rephrase that one.
Oh.
Rephrase that question.
Okay. He gets woken up. He wakes up Claire?
Yes.
Is she human when she wakes up?
Yes.
She gets turned into a Stegoceratops on the...
No.
So she's human the entire time?
Mm-hmm.
But there are other non-human, like dinosaur
Yep.
people on board.
Yep.
Are there a lot of robots?
I don't think there's any actually, like except for just machines.
Huh. Is the ship populated by dinosaurs?
No, there's only 10.
There's only 10. God, I don't even... Okay. The fact that I haven't read the entirety of your fic or anything makes me think that I might be at a disadvantage here, eh?
Well, obviously, because you're guessing the plot of it, so...
Oh my goodness. What am I even thinking right now? Okay. Owen's there, Claire's there. I'm forgetting so many other people, aren't I?
Pretty much
Yeah.
ask if they're the only ones there.
If they're like the only humans awake?
I would not be able to answer that question accurately, but ask if they're the only ones awake.
Are they the only ones awake?
Yes.
They're
For a certain point. Like, I mean, until the very end.
Yeah. Kind of like in Passengers.
Yes.
Okay. But there's dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Are the dinosaurs woken up partway through?
That question is both yes and no because only one is.
There's only one dinosaur that's woken up?
Yes.
Are there dinosaurs on there that hadn't been put into car sleep or whatever?
No, they were all put to sleep, but 1 out of the 10 woke up.
1 out of 10 woke up. so far we have a dinosaur. I don't know dinosaur species, so I can't even ask really.
Stegoceratops.
Okay,
It
another
always is.
Stegoceratops. There's a Stegoceratops. I'm saying it wrong.
It's alright.
Claire and Owen.
No.
Claire and Owen are not there.
They are there.
They are there. So then why no? Okay, what was the question? I was just listing off who is awake.
You said there's a Stegoceratops and Owen and Claire, but that's not true.
Is Claire somehow two people now?
Oh my god, Vicky, this mathematically you should probably figure this out. There's only two people awake, and Claire is not a Stegoceratops. And there is a Stegoceratops awake.
Is Owen?
Yes.
Oh,
you
okay,
should see
sorry.
Vicky's face right now. It just like dawned on her.
What? Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay.
It's
So
like
I
one
was
of those riddles.
It's just all the other times that we've ended up reading your
Yeah.
stuff, he's always been human as far.
Yeah, I know. So this is
So it's a bit of a twist compared to.
yes, it is.
Okay.
Very recently, I've sort of had more of these Owen dinosaur stories going on. I think it's just because I got tired of.
What about the Jabroa?
That's true. Yeah, I just sort of got tired of the other dynamic, or she's the dinosaur, because I've explored that a lot. I mean, there still is more to explore there, but now it's like the other dynamic that brings it. Anyway, point is, he's
Okay,
a
does
dinosaur.
Owen get woken up first,
Yes.
and then Claire?
Yes.
And I'm still on the idea of like, did he wake her up? Did
Yes.
he? Okay, he woke her up.
Yes.
How? Okay, wait. So how did he do that?
That's
How
not a yes or no.
dexterous is he as a Stegoceratops?
That's not a yes or no question.
I know.
Phrase that in a way where like. Oh, actually, maybe I can answer that one. Because actually, there's two Jurassengers stories. One is coming out soon because, for reasons that will be explained later. But it's confirmed that he just sort of set her clock forward.
Set her clock forward.
Yes, on her sleeping pod thing.
Okay. So let's see if I can remember stuff. Okay, Owen and Claire, are awake.
Guess how the story starts.
Okay, how does this story start? Are you already in space when the story starts?
Yes, and this by the way is just for Jurassengers, not the Jurassengers prequel. Vicky's just guessing for the one that's already out, right?
Okay,
at
yeah.
the time of recording.
Okay, which I have not read.
Yes.
All right. So you already started in space.
Yep.
It makes it. I feel like that you don't just already start with him waking up.
No.
Or wait, who gets woken up first? Did I just ask that already?
I answered you in that.
Oh wait, yeah, he gets woken up first.
But I'll make it easier for you to just sort of say that, like, I'll just tell you the story starts when she wakes up.
Oh. Okay.
It's from her point of view.
But he has already been woken up. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
From her point of view.
Yes.
From Claire's point of view, she's woken up early, and like she feels
Yes.
she's been woken up early. Does she also believe that it's just a malfunction?
Yes.
Okay. Can he talk?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's gonna
That's
be.
the same thing she asks.
Can you talk?
Yeah, well, she asks if he speaks English.
Oh, okay. Yes, very specifically I have to ask if he speaks English, not just can he talk, huh?
Yes. Well, he could be a Hispanic dinosaur.
Well then, why'd you go for Hispanic?
Why did I?
Okay, so it starts off with Claire being woken up. Owen's already been awake. Has he been awake for a while?
Oh, yes.
A year?
More.
2 years?
More.
5 years?
More.
10?
More.
20?
Yes.
20 years?
I think.
Oh, wow.
If I'm remembering right.
Wow. How long? Okay, sorry. Just a quick question. How long do Stegoceratops usually? What are their lifespans?
Well, actually, this was made canon in this story.
Oh.
They live to 40 years alone, but can be extended to 60 years with care alone, but can live to 100 years with, like, another companion.
Okay. So 40 years by themselves. What was the other one?
60 with good care. And
60
then,
with good care, and then
100
and
with
100
a
with
companion.
care and a companion, basically, right? All right.
Yeah, around that long. Kind of like humans, except for I don't know how long humans live alone, but it's like less than with
Yeah,
other
I
people.
imagine most people who live just by themselves don't have very fulfilling lives. I don't know.
No, they don't. They die earlier for some reason.
Well, because we're social animals.
Yeah.
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 I mean, look around us.
Yeah, nobody's talking to us, and we're very social.
Well, we're talking to each other, though.
That's true,
and
I know.
Most of the people in this room are talking to other people.
We're both social and antisocial in that, like, we wouldn't probably sit next to someone, like, directly on the bus if all the other seats are free, but we would also just sort of, like, want to strike up a conversation if we're just bored, so it's both.
Like, I would probably not necessarily start a conversation if I'm just sitting on a bus next to someone that I didn't choose to sit by.
Well, it depends. It depends on, like, the
But, you
day
know,
and who
I'll
it is.
still talk to them if they start talking, unless it's very obvious that, oh
Well,
my goodness, this
yeah.
might not be a very, like, this seems like a very creepy person. I should find a way to move away.
Yeah, well, it depends on the people who interact, and it depends on everything, but basically we are social and antisocial, but mostly social.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about us specifically,
humans.
not
No.
humans in general.
Well,
Okay.
we're all humans,
Hopefully.
as far as you know.
Okay, yes.
Anyway.
Alright, so. Alrighty, so he's already been awake for 20 years. God. Awake as a. Was he a Stegoceratops when he went in?
Yes,
Had he been a Stegoceratops for a while before he went into the pod?
for his entire life.
Oh, so he, for his entire life, he was a Stegoceratops. Oh, man. Like, I really... Okay. I'm just wondering how far off you went not knowing the entire plot, the plot of Passengers, not having seen it kind of thing.
Far off in some ways, not very
In
far in
others.
others. And it's surprising how many like beats in the Passengers like were very, very specifically linked to Jurassengers in ways that were like shockingly
Like, oh,
like
well
symbolic and stuff. Yes.
then. Okay. Symbolic and stuff, huh?
Yes.
Should I admit that I just don't really like these kinds of guessing games?
I know you don't like it, but that's why I'm making you do it.
Yes. Okay, so we've already established Claire is human, Owen is Stegoceratops. He's been a Stegoceratops his whole life.
Yep.
He was waking up early, but didn't wake Claire up until 28 years after he woke up.
Yes.
So how old is he at this point? Is he, like,
When he wakes her up,
yeah,
31.
31, okay. So he's kind of hidden, kind of like close to the end of his life by being by himself, kind of thing.
Theoretically, yes.
Did he also have a bit of a suicidal idea, like suicide ideation or whatever?
Yes, I don't know if it's initially mentioned in Jurassengers, but definitely in the prequel, like there's things, and later on in Jurassengers he does say he will commit suicide.
That he will commit suicide.
Yes, but there's a very specific reason he doesn't want to.
Okay. I'm just realizing my eyes feel tired.
I know they do.
Oh my goodness, okay. Alright.
Think of plot points in Passengers and ask me about them if they happen in Jurassengers.
Okay, so I'll try and remember the plot points from when Aurora gets woken up. Okay. Obviously she establishes that, hey, this dinosaur can talk to me.
Yes.
Did she know that there were going to be dinosaurs on the ship?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, is this in a universe where people just already coexist with dinosaurs?
Yes.
Okay, so then that makes a bit more sense about asking if he speaks English specifically.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. they go around the ship, him showing like what he's basically tried to do to figure out how to go back to sleep. Oh, that's the thing. Do they try to figure out how to go back to sleep?
He does not.
He does not.
But he is fully aware that he can put her back at any time.
Oh, so it's not quite as strict as it was.
No.
So he could put her back to sleep.
Yes, but he does lie about this fact that he doesn't know how to put her back.
Says that he doesn't know how to put her back. Okay. Does he tell? Okay, I think I already asked if she thought it was a malfunction. So
yeah.
Okay. So she thinks it's a malfunction, and he is the one that woke her up and knows how to put her back to sleep, and doesn't tell her either that he woke her up or that he knows how to put them back to sleep.
Yeah, both.
Okay. You already said there are no robots, basically, right?
Nope.
No robots, so it's just them walking around?
Yep.
So there's no possibility of that one guy, of the one robot dropping the whole... Oh, so it must be very nice to...
Yeah.
It must be nice knowing... I know. We know how it went.
Yeah.
Now I'm just trying to remember, but yeah.
So are you asking me how, like, it was...
Well, I can't ask you specifically.
I know you can't ask. You can't ask me how it's found out, but I think I might tell you.
Okay.
Just,
how does she find out?
Oh my god. He brings up security footage.
Okay. Oh.
And then she asked to see it.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Obviously, he did not think about security footage while trying to get her out of the pod, huh?
Well, I mean, he knew, and he knew that she was going to find out as he brought her to see, but he just didn't really...
So he gives her the means to figure out, but doesn't actually actively try to tell her, like, how that he did anything.
Well, he hopes that, like...
That she would have missed it?
Well, I mean, there's no way she would have missed it, but, like, he knows that it's pretty much screwed. It's like when you're caught doing something you're not supposed to, and, like, you're being... Like, it's exactly... That's not even an analogy. That's not even a real analogy.
You get caught doing something that you're not supposed to do, and you were filmed.
Actually, it's like when you fail an exam and you have to have your parents sign it in high school, and it's like, and you're like, you know you're going to have to pull out the exam and have them sign it, and you sort of have accepted your fate, but you don't tell them beforehand that you failed.
I actually, like, forged my mom's signature once to avoid her knowing that I
failed an exam?
No, it wasn't an exam. I was in a class where the instructor or teacher decided to have this thing where if we have missed an assignment or whatever, we're supposed to, like, give our parents a little slip to sign to basically say, hey, I recognize that my kid has in fact missed an assignment. It's like, I felt, I don't know, but I had already sort of did that before that year as well, and wanted to avoid having my parents see that again. Yeah. So I tried to forge my mom's signature with, like, an erasable pen, just so that I could erase it. But of course, erasable pen isn't very good at actually erasing.
No.
So my teacher noticed, why would her mom decide to try and erase her signature? And she confronted me about this, and so I had to basically give a new slip to my mom, and
So it's basically like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're doomed, but you're just, like, hoping, like, you're just trying to delay your doomedness.
Yeah. And that was a story from the Chronicles of Young Victoria.
Yes, quite so.
Yes, I forged a signature. Badly.
Should go to jail.
Anyway.
So ask me another question.
Okay, so she finds the footage that he was hoping that she would miss.
Yes.
But at the same time kind of knew he was screwed anyway.
Yep.
Okay.
I think from this point on...
Does she try beating him up? Like, in like a bit of a depressive, like, how could you do this to me kind of rage?
No, she doesn't, because, because he's like a freaking dinosaur, and would you punch a dinosaur if you were afraid of them?
Oh, so she's afraid of him?
Yes. From this point on, I think since this main plot element has been revealed, you can ask me questions that are not yes or no.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so... Alright. So I couldn't... Would you answer my question if I asked you how did he get woken up?
Yes, but I would probably leave out certain details.
I could try guessing those details.
He got woken up to maintain the ship.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard other people kind of saying, hey, wouldn't it be cool if the guy, rather than just fixating on one girl, decides to, like, get to know all the people on the ship kind of idea? You know, kind of like become almost like the ship custodian. Not custodian as in, like, you know, like he's, like, the ship guy. I don't know.
Yeah, I did find it kind of a little bit... I know, you know, when you're in space, you go
And it's
crazy.
funny because he did...
Vicky! You interrupted me.
I'm sorry.
Okay, continue.
Because he does know some things about the other passengers.
Yes.
So why but then he decides to just focus on this one girl.
That's what I was going to say. Is like, I did find that element, like, kind of weak that, like, he'd sort of... with my fingers doing the little quotation marks, like, fell in love with her. But, like,
I know.
I mean, but you could, okay, if you're alone for, like, a year or however long
it was a year,
like,
3 weeks,
any kind
2
of
days.
thing. But, okay, here's one thing that, okay, so she says something that's not particularly funny, and then he says, she's funny.
Yeah, I
like,
know, right?
See, that could have been played off as either the movie wants you to think that actually is a funny thing, or that he's just so desperate
kind of
for
getting
human like interaction that he's like just thinking it is, but it wasn't made clear enough, especially with the framing of it's supposed to be like a love story, but but that's just like a movie thing. So
I think there were like in the theater itself, there were times when people were kind of laughing. It's like, you know.
Well, yeah, the person. Oh my god, the person
like,
next to me like kept saying like, "Don't do it, don't do it."
God.
It was really funny.
I think I actually heard that person saying that too.
Yeah, and she was like saying like, "Oh my god, don't wake her up, don't do it, don't do it." I'm like, okay.
I mean, like, yeah.
It was funny though. I thought it was fine.
Because you know he was gonna wake her up, or else it would have been a very short film.
Yes. Oh, speaking of suicide.
Okay.
You should ask questions.
How is he going to kill? How is he thinking of killing himself, or what?
Okay, first, initially in the prequel thing, he's okay. Actually, I'm not going to give away that one suicide thing because that's kind of an interesting
multiple attempts.
Second time after she finds out, tries to drink himself to death, and then suggests that she push him in the pool because he can't swim.
Oh. Wait, could she push him in the pool?
Yeah, he's dangling by the pool, sort of considering.
So just a little, and
yeah, but he doesn't want to commit suicide.
He doesn't want to commit suicide, so he was gonna get her to like help him.
Well, he just started taking the responsibility off of himself because he doesn't want to be responsible for himself killing himself.
And instead putting the onus on Claire.
You should ask me why.
Why?
Why does he not want to kill himself?
Why does he not want to kill himself?
Because when he kills himself, the chip in his brain makes it so the next dinosaur wakes up.
So the dinosaurs are connected to the ship?
There's a chip in their brain, and they're on the ship, and
they are meant to be like at least one woken up.
Yeah, multiple ones woken up.
Multiple ones.
Well, like at once, not at once. I mean, like
successive.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Successively.
Yes.
Okay, that's kind of where I was going. There has to be at least one woken up, and then when that one dies, the next one will.
Yes.
What's the point of that?
Because the ship is going to be in space for 300 years.
They're going a long way.
Yep. Well, it's space.
Yeah. And do all of them, are they all given like an approximate like 40-year lifespan?
Yes, but it is common for them to commit suicide or just die.
Okay. Well, why would it be a problem for him if the next dinosaur woke up if he died?
Because then the next dinosaur would be stuck in a miserable life like he is. It's like a charity thing.
so he doesn't want to be responsible for causing that dinosaur to be miserable, so he wants to have Claire instead have that responsibility.
Well, he wants to live for as...
Is that why he woke her up?
No. He wants to live for as long as possible so that he can delay the inevitable pain that the next dinosaur has to have.
Right.
And the thing about, like, putting the thing on Claire to kill him is, like, it's not, like, a huge thing in the story.
Mm-hmm.
But, it is there. But the reason he woke her up is for personal reasons.
For personal reasons. Yeah. Like companionship or whatever, right?
Yes.
Which would actually go with, like, the trying to delay the inevitable kind of thing there, because, like you mentioned, with a companion, they can live up to 100 years.
Yep.
Yeah. So that would have delayed it, but obviously he couldn't handle staying alive for that long, even with her, for that, at least up to that one suicide attempt.
Yeah, well, once he sort of realizes it's not going to happen, he's, like, giving up.
Not going to happen. Okay. Did he want to get into a relationship with her then? Just like,
No. Well, he wanted
Was he falling in love?
Okay. Well, okay. He wanted to be in a relationship with her, but at the same time he realized that it was not realistic, but he just sort of did it out of, like, the last shred of hope thing.
Yeah. All right.
For a while it worked.
Like, and then she found out.
5 minutes until he slipped up, like they were sort of getting along.
Basically the same idea, okay, with the film, right?
Yep. Then they get along again after that.
Of course. After the suicide attempt, obviously? But not right after?
Oh, wait, okay. Let me think about this. Okay. So I think...
You have it right in front of you.
I do have it. Okay, I need to find out...
Consult.
I need to find out the chronology of a couple things, because there's a couple of
Consultation.
Yes. Oh my god, there's 93 pages.
How do you have 93 pages? How did you get basically as many pages as there were minutes of the movie?
That was okay. You know what's funny? Okay, I was in the movie when, like, Aurora says, like, Jim says to her, he's like, so, or maybe it was Android. He's like, how are you today? She's like, oh, good. I got a couple of pages, and I'm like, amateur. Like, that is nothing.
I was just thinking of something.
Say it while I'm looking for the thing.
Okay, I just remembered. Okay, you basically hear nothing about Jim's life on Earth or whatever, whereas it's very much concentrated on, like, when they're talking about the backstories of, like, the characters. Aurora gets a lot of focus in that regard, right? Like, you hear about her talking about her father and her growing up, kind of like some of her hopes for the future and such, and you don't necessarily get that all that much with Jim. You don't know if he has, like, brothers or sisters or anything like that. Like, all of his backstory, I guess, is sort of implied. Like, there was that whole thing about, like, about why he decided to leave Earth and such, right? Like, oh, there are real problems on that colony. You don't have to just, like, you don't just buy a replacement. You have to repair stuff, and all that stuff, right? But you don't really hear all that much about, like, his family life before leaving Earth and such.
Yes, but we all know that mechanics have no family.
Apparently.
But anyway, okay, so yeah, I figured out the chronology of the thing. I keep forgetting this one specific thing, because I don't know, because I'm just stupid. Okay. So he tries to drink himself to death.
Right.
She finds him in a pool of vomit, and by the way, the pool and the bar on the spaceship are very close to each other because like symbolism, deceptive sexuality stuff. Anyway, and then
I'm having a confused face right now.
I know you are. It's okay. And then pool of vomit with bottles all around him, because she had previously mentioned that it would take over a bottle probably to kill her around, like just as a like offhand comment, and he takes that as literal, and so he tries to do that, and he's like, you lied. You said it would only take more than a bottle. Oh, Vicky's sad.
Don't do this to me.
You would cry if you read the whole thing.
I might, yeah.
And then she says something sort of nasty after they have a little conversation, then leaves, then finds something, then returns and is more sympathetic, and that's when he tells her to push him in.
She finds something.
Yes.
You're not telling me what this something is.
Well, I mean, if you asked, I would.
Yeah, obviously. Okay, so if I specifically ask, what is this something that she received, that she got and became more sympathetic?
She finds a box.
A box.
Ask a question.
What's in the box?
Letters.
From whom?
From... Oh, how do I answer this question? Okay.
Oh.
Written by Owen.
Written by Owen.
To himself.
To himself.
From the perspective of whom he considers his father. Oh, Vicky.
No.
Oh, Vicky.
Oh, that's sad. Okay,
Do you want me to read them to you?
Oh no.
Because I don't think we're going to read the whole story, even though, like, I mean, I would want to, but I mean, we've done that
93
before.
pages, of course not.
No. Okay, wait. Let me find...
Okay, letters written by him to himself, but from the perspective of what he would imagine his father would be like.
Well, because there was a scientist that created him, not mentioned by name, but it's Atherton, and don't worry, Vicky, it's a Jurassic Park thing. Okay. So I will read to you the letters.
The letters.
Yes.
Huh?
First one has very many spelling mistakes.
Very many spelling mistakes.
Dear Owen, I'm sorry I forgot your birthday again. I promise I'll be there next year. I love you and I'm proud of you. Love, Dad.
Are there spelling mistakes because this was when he was younger?
Yes.
Aww.
Okay. Then these are like other ones that she comes across, but there is one for every year he's been on ship.
Okay.
And beforehand. Dear Owen, I'm sorry I missed your 14th birthday. These are just excerpts until the very last one. Dear Owen, wow, you've entered the double digits. You're growing up so fast. Dear Owen, happy 16th birthday. I know some people like to make a big deal about it, and I feel awful for being absent once again. Dear Owen, it's a big 2-0. Dear Owen, congratulations on being of age. I'm sure you'll have a wonderful party with lots of friends. Dear Owen, it's hard to believe that it's been 30 years since you hatched. That's really something special. I know I say this every year, but I will find a way to come see you. It's been hard ever since you went up in that spaceship, but I care about you and I'm coming for you. I promise next year you'll be with your family. Don't lose hope. 31st one, are you ready?
Oh no. Is it gonna rip my heartstrings out?
Possibly. I'll let you read it.
Okay.
And then you'll have to turn the page. Start from this italic bit.
Yeah.
And
so
I'm
am I
gonna
reading
eat
it out aloud?
Yep.
Dear Owen, how stupid do you have to... Okay. How stupid do you have to be to think that I'd actually come back... Oh!
Vicky. Keep going.
Oh, okay. I'd actually come back for you after 31 years. If I cared about you even a little, I'd reply to all those letters you've been sending. Obviously, you can't take a hint. I don't want you anymore. I never did. No one does, in fact. You're a disgusting half-breed with no place in this world. Not a single person in this lab wants to have anything to do with you. We are not your family. We're not even your friends. The truth is that no one will ever love you or even like you because you're a dinosaur and you are a monster. The world would be better off without you in it. If you think that anybody cares about the things you do to make them happy, you're wrong. Humans don't notice folded. Yeah, thank you. I was correcting myself.
I know.
Humans don't notice folded towels or mints on their pillows. The only reason you think they would is because it's what you want. How pathetic do you have to be to think of these little things as some great honor? I'm not surprised you feel this way. You're a big, stupid animal, and it really would be a miracle if someone did you a favor, even a little one. I hope you have a terrible 31st birthday. As usual, you will be spending it alone, because everyone at the lab will be with their real families. When we think about how many years you spend waiting for someone to come find you, we have a good laugh. Personally, I wouldn't be desperate enough to spend time with you even if we were the last two people on Earth, or in space, or wherever you are right now. I think I speak for everyone, and humanity in general, when I say that you will never amount to anything, and it would be better if you just killed yourself and stopped pretending to be someone you're not. I hate you. Everyone hates you. And I know you hate yourself because you can't even make a single person...
And then it would have been happy, but it cut off.
Yeah. With a smudge that most likely came from a broken lead.
Oh.
Why do you do this?
It gets sadder, though. So this is only a tip of iceberg.
So this is obviously, like... Did he just have his 31st birthday then?
Yeah, this is earlier in the day when he decides to wake her up. Oh, Vicky's making a sad, sad face.
Aww.
I still have that picture of when I made you cry, and I took a picture of you.
Aww.
She's tearing up.
I'm not really tearing up.
Yes, you are.
Oh, yes, I am very tearing up right now, like so badly.
Ask more questions.
I am very sad. Oh, God.
Ask more questions.
Asking more questions. Okay. Trying to remember stuff. So, she finds that letter. That letter was written before he woke her up.
Yeah, just right before.
Right before he woke her up. Was it... Okay. Did he write that before his first suicide attempt?
No.
After.
After.
Oh. And then waking her up.
Yeah.
How long was she awake for before she finds out that that he woke her up and stuff?
Probably only a few hours, maybe like.
Oh, well, a lot faster than in Passengers.
Yeah. Yep.
A lot faster. Like almost a year faster.
Yes.
Basically a year faster.
Ask me how it ends.
I can just say, how does it end?
Well, you have to ask how it you have to ask it.
How does this end?
Actually, instead of doing that,
no.
Vicky,
You're making me read again.
no, I'm not going to make you read. Actually, yes, I'm going to make you read. now
Oh,
that you said
God.
it.
I should stop putting ideas in your head.
I was going to just read you the. Actually, what I'll do is I'll read you part of the synopsis on the wiki. I have a wiki.
You have a wiki
I have a
now.
wiki. Yay! Okay. I just need to find the page, and I'll read the first part of the synopsis, and then I'll have you read the ending, like as it is.
Yes.
Not the whole ending. Maybe not the whole ending.
No,
just
not the whole
just the
ending.
part that will make you cry, that everyone said made them cry.
Oh.
Okay.
Does someone die at the end?
I'm not going to answer that question. But everyone
That
dies.
means that could. What?
Everyone dies. It's
Oh.
part of life.
Okay. So basically the opposite of what happened in Passengers.
Well,
Unless you count
Maybe.
the one guy.
okay. Oh, you never asked about the framing device of this story, because
The
there's
framing device.
there's no reason you would. So the opening paragraph, this is from the wiki. The opening paragraph of the story describes an aspiring author with low self-esteem who wants to write a story based on the film Passengers, which the author has not yet seen. She had hoped that her fan fiction would directly compete with the film and possibly surpass the film, but when the film was released earlier than expected, she decided just to write a story and hope for the best. Yeah, so it's a framing device. And funny thing, one of the major parts of that opening paragraph is that the author is trying to extend these tendrils of belonging to the world to try to connect with people, because she doesn't know how to connect with them usually, and then there's this one point, the character of Aurora in Passengers is an author, and she says, I think I write to not feel so alone, or something.
Okay.
Anyway, the way she phrased it, it was exactly like what that opening paragraph is, and I almost peed my pants. So.
Oh, right, yeah, because there were so many things that happened in the film that you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, I know. I just and the inclusion of basketball is relevant to the prequel part,
Right.
which hasn't come out yet, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so anyway, the actual plot of the story introduces Claire during Passenger on the spaceship Neptune, awakening from cryogenic sleep. She realizes she's the only one to have woken up so far and tries to go back to sleep, however, is it cryonic or cryogenic? Because it's written cryonic here, I don't know how to...
Well, I think cryogenic is the technical term. I've been saying cryo sleep.
Cryo sleep is what I say
Cryosleep,
too,
yeah,
but
cryosleep.
I don't know science things. Anyway, she wanders around the ship looking for help. Upon entering the pool area, she finds a stegoceratops sitting alone at the bar. She talks to him, and he says that their pods must have both malfunctioned. He also claims to have been awake much longer than her. He's unhelpful, and she blows him off and walks away. Mm-hmm. After a while, she realizes she might go crazy without another person to validate her thoughts, and runs into the dinosaur again when she doesn't want to talk to him. At first she doesn't want to talk to him. She decides that he is so pathetic that it wouldn't hurt to give him some time. She offers to bring him a drink from the poolside bar, even though it's not allowed for dinosaurs to drink. She realizes he must not make much money, as he could never afford alcohol. He reveals that he doesn't make any money. He's commodity like livestock.
Oh.
But the way it's phrased in the story, she's like, oh, so you're like livestock? He's like, yeah, only I'm aware of what my purpose is. So it's like livestock that knows why they're there. So like a slave. Like a literal slave.
Mm-hmm. I should have guessed that you would bring up the slave thing again. Dinosaurs as slaves.
Yes.
I really should have guessed that. I mean, like, I think it was kind of in the back of my head, like some of your other plot points that you brought up.
That's true.
Yeah.
So the Stegosaurus talks about his life and how he wants to make a difference for people, while Claire half listens. My favorite part of that is when he's like, he says something like, oh god, what's the quote? Let me try to think of it as much as I can, like as accurately as I can. He says like, he says something along the lines of like, people just expect me to serve them, and then she's like, yeah, I get it. Can you pass me that drink or something? It's like something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like
sort of like
So he then asks her about her life, and she doesn't want to talk about it. And while they're talking, he like addresses her by name, and she doesn't remember telling it to him. Which, like, like he addresses her by name, and she hasn't told it to him at this point.
Oh.
And so, she asks for his name, and he tells her that it's Owen.
Right.
And so, she asks him to lock her back in the pod, and he says he doesn't know how. And she's like, she says stuff like, well, how can you know about the doors but not know how they work? Get off your phone, Vicky.
Well, I just had a phone call go through, but
are you gonna listen to the message?
There's no message.
Oh,
that's the one thing. This number has called me every day for the last now 3 days.
This is spooky. This is like a horror movie. Don't answer it.
I'm not answering. There is a like I go on 800 notes for phone numbers I don't recognize, and a lot of it was saying that it's Virgin Mobile, which is my phone company now, but there were other comments saying that they think it might be scammers. So it's weird because the official website does use that number, but then there are other people with more recent comments saying that it's a scammer. So I don't even know. And they haven't left a message.
I don't know. Back to space dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so...
Sorry.
No, it's fine, it's fine. I go on tangents all the time. Okay, she talks about her life, and just like, the regular Claire, she's like, has a struggle where she's like, if I be myself, people won't like me, but if, like, I'm gonna hate the person I am if I try to, like, fit in with them, and, like, it's... Like, this whole thing about, like, apples and disco and whatever.
Apples and disco.
Yeah, it's a thing.
It's a thing.
And... And that's when she brings up that, like, alcohol can kill people, and he says, oh my god, and then he gets really nervous as she's, like, drinking, and she's like, oh, it would take more than a bottle to kill me, probably, and then he asks if he's allowed to save her life, because it's like that thing where, in the U.S., how you're not supposed to help people who are having like a heart attack or something, because then they could sue you if they survive and they say that it's partly your fault, and it's like, do you have the right to try and save someone else's life?
Right.
Okay, and then and so let me just skip forward ahead a little bit here. And that's when she finds out that they woke up so early.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, how do you know it was this long? He's like, I checked the security footage.
Oh.
And that's when it happened. And so her immediate assumption is that it's, oh my god, I forget exactly how it's phrased, but she says it's like some sort of Stockholm Syndrome space porno fantasy. And then he's like, no, it's nothing like that, and he's really sad and stuff. And then... And his name is actually not technically Owen, it's 01, as in the numbers 0 and 1.
Oh, 1.
Specifically Experiment 01, and that's, like, he was the first of his kind in this universe. Created by InGen.
Yep.
And then they talk and then they talk about stuff and bond, and then they do disco stuff.
And more bonding.
Okay.
Now you're gonna make me read ending?
Yes. Just know that they've had a little bit of bonding, and then... Oh, also, he says the reason he chose her is because they don't keep any of the personalities on file. Like, he chose her because he thought she was the prettiest. And she's, like, flattered by this and stuff, and, like, symbols and whatnot. And, so, yeah. Then...
Oh, is the ending gonna mention something about why you really chose her or something?
No, it doesn't. Well, I mean, it's like he did sort of choose her because... He says he chooses her because she was the prettiest, but what really is the thing is like she was the prettiest to him.
Yeah.
But that's like just something that's not really said.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't think she's pretty.
Gotcha.
Let me find a good place to start.
A place for me to read.
Okay.
Okay. Just checking the time.
Okay, start from "It's been 3 days." And I will eat while you do this.
Okay. It's been 3 days. Claire was surprised but waved her hands dismissively. That's fine, I have nowhere to be. You should be in Cryosleep. I keep saying that wrong. Sometimes I say it right, sometimes I say it wrong.
Just do it.
Claire folded her hands on her lap, kicking her feet delicately. Actually, I was thinking I might not go back. Owen took a breath. Claire, no. I've really thought about it, and I don't want to go back. I'm happy here, with you. Owen sighed. I was afraid of that. Why? Wasn't it what you wanted? He shrugged. Maybe. I don't know. More than anything, I wanted to make you happy. Me? Oh, sorry. There we go. Yes. And I know you'd be happier if you lived your life in the new world. I'm not so sure about that. I am. If I keep you here with me, you're as good as dead, and no matter which one of us goes first, we'd still be alone at some point. But that won't be for a long time, and we'll have each other until then. Owen smiled sadly. You know, I think the memory of this extended birthday would last me forever. I'd be happy until the day I die, knowing that we shared this moment. It's like starlight. The source is long gone, but you see it millions of years later, just as those stars are still alive. They seem so close, yet they're farther than you or I will ever travel.
Okay, stop for a second.
Yes.
Because I am going to go pee.
Yes.
I'm going to let you continue to read.
All right.
And as I pee, and then I'll come back, just keep reading.
Just keep reading.
Yes, keep reading for the people at home.
Just keep reading for the people at home. Okay.
All right. I'm going to go find my way to the pee place. The bathroom.
Yeah.
The Wiz Palace.
Huh?
Wiz Palace?
Wiz Palace.
It's all right. It's just
that is an interesting term. Okay.
Parks and Recreation. Anyway.
All right.
Thank you, babe.
They seem so close, yet they're farther than you or I will ever travel. But their light reaches us, and that's what's really important. Claire wrapped her arms around his neck. But we don't need starlight, Owen. We're here together right now. I love you. She hadn't meant to say that last part out loud, but she wasn't too upset about it. It felt good to be honest about her emotions for once. She knew that Owen felt the same way about her, but even so, she could hear his heart beating faster as she leaned against his chest and wondered why he was so nervous. Claire, he let out a faint breath. Do you want a drink? Well, sure, but aren't you going to answer me? He trotted over to the bar. You never asked a question except for that one just now. You know what I mean. He poured her a glass of wine. I love you too, but okay. I love you too, if that's what you want to know. She smiled and hopped up on her bar stool. That's good to hear. The next part won't be. We can't be together. Claire ran her fingers through her hair. Owen, that won't be a problem. When two people love each other, they will find a way to make it work. I'm not talking about that. What I mean is that I can't rob you of your chance to experience the new world. I don't need the new world. You're enough. Thank you. But I know that's not the truth. You may think where you're going isn't where you want to be, but I guarantee that there are others like me, and you won't be alone if you can find them. But I've already found you, she laughed. I'd say it was the other way around. Anyway, let's save this conversation for another day. He pushed the wine glass towards her delicately, and she took a sip. Owen, you're being ridiculous. I want to stay here with you. It can only last so long. But that won't be enough. But that'll be long enough for both of us. With my help, you'll live to be 100. We'll have it forever and ever. Her eyes began to flutter. I feel kind of funny. Come on. Where's this? There it is. Okay. It wasn't turning the page, but it's all good now. I appreciate what you're trying to do, Claire, but you don't have to pity me. I'm not. I genuinely love you. I believe that. Claire swooned a little. Owen, I'm getting dizzy. I'll never forget these 3 days. They've been the best ones of my life, so far. Claire collapsed over the ledge, dropping her glass. Something's seriously wrong with me. What's in this drink? Owen circled the bar, holding her as she slipped from her stool. Don't believe what those people say, Claire. You're my favorite person in the world. In the universe, even. Owen. She leaned forward in desperation, poised for a kiss, but was unable to make it all the way. Owen supported her head as it lolled to the side. Yeah.
I'm back, by the way.
Hi. Okay,
Continue.
lolled to the side, understanding perfectly well what she had been trying to do. It's okay, Clara. I'm going to have a happy life now. I just wanted to know that it was possible for someone to love me. Owen. She broke into a slurred mumble, and he rested his chin on her head, holding her tightly in both arms. You'll find someone better than me in a few. I am seriously not doing well with the reading here.
Just go.
You'll find someone better than me in the new world. Even if you don't, you'll be happy because you have so much to live for. Oh, there's so much Owen. Owen, don't feel bad for me. Don't ever be sad that things turned out this way. This is more than I ever could have asked for. For once, I'm happy. And I'll stay that way forever and ever. She whispered his name once more before going limp. Owen held her until he was sure that she was asleep, then draped her gently over his back and carried her to her resting place.
Continue. Continue reading.
All right. When Clara woke, she had a funny taste in her mouth. The wine had mingled with whatever they were pumping into her chamber instead of air, and it was sickeningly sweet. The door to her pod opened with a deep hiss, which was joined by thousands more in an unsettling chorus. Oh, you put her back in the pod and stuff? Mm-hmm. When do they wake up?
Keep reading.
Okay. She stumbled out of her chamber, hands burning, and saw others doing the same. She paid them no mind, instead staring down the catwalk to find Owen, although she knew it would be a wasted effort. On her way out of the cryo bay, she saw 10 red pods, 2 of which were already open. In the pool area where Owen had been many years ago, though it felt like much less to Claire, was another dinosaur, who looked somewhat like Owen, but colored differently and skinnier. Claire jogged up to him with a frantic expression, hair frizzy and makeup dripping. Do you know Owen? His eyes went wide. Clearly he had never been spoken to by a human. Owen? He echoed. I don't know who that is. Which pod was he in? None of them. He was a Stegoceratops. A red one? Yes. I cleaned his body out 3 years ago. Although Claire had been expecting this, her heart dropped.
That was a perfect place. The page break happened before I cleaned his body out 3 years ago. That was perfect.
What now?
The page, the way it went into iBooks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I moved the page, the first thing is I cleaned his body out 3 years ago. Although Claire had been expecting this, her heart dropped. Her sorrow was quickly replaced with confusion, however. Wait, 3 years ago? Yes, that's how long I've been awake. Claire nodded. All right, thank you for your help. You're welcome. She sprinted through the sinks, passing her own receptacle in order to see if anything was left of the dinosaur she loved. He had changed his code, it seemed, but she had no trouble guessing what it was now that it was now 4 twos.
It used to be 111, or however many ones I have to say.
1111.
4 ones.
Yeah.
And now it's 4 twos because there was just the 1. Now there's the 2.
Oh. Yeah.
Also,
symbols and yeah.
There's a lot of numbered symbol things in here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of 1s for loneliness, 2 for being together, and 3 for creating something bigger than yourself.
Right. To her dismay, there was nothing inside his box. With a sinking feeling in the pit of her stomach, Clara stood up and decided to clear out her own box, just for convenience. She punched her code, and it unlocked with a sharp click. The documents she found inside were underwhelming. The awards of excellence, magazine articles about her achievements, and other insignificant tidbits were meaningless to her now, and she wondered why they had ever mattered to her in the first place. Like Owen, she had kept nothing but papers, and like Owen, she was faced with the terrible truth that they contained nothing of value, except one. Hidden away underneath her awards was a new sheet of paper. The handwriting on it, assuming it had even been made with hands, was sloppy, but clearly practiced. It was a brief note, but it spoke volumes. Thank you. Clara wondered if Owen had managed to hack into her vault, but she didn't doubt that he knew her well enough to guess her password.
Which you did.
Mm-hmm. Keep reading?
Yep.
Okay, I have to go to class in 20 minutes.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Just hurry.
All right. Just as Owen promised, Claire entered the new world with confidence and comfort, though it wasn't what she had been expecting. She lost her job, for one thing, as it had become obsolete. Oh, great.
Continue.
Yes.
I'm going to recycle in the meantime. I'm going to recycle my food in the meantime.
Can you take my stuff?
I will. On my second trip. Keep reading.
Okay.
Keep reading. Keep reading.
Did you just... Oh, whatever. In the time it took the sleepers to travel to the new world, the remaining population on Earth had been hard at work developing teleportation devices, and in doing so managed to beam themselves to the new planet and colonize it. Their technology was a good 100 years ahead of anything Clara was familiar with. Even so, she did not mourn the loss of her career, as she now intended to work with people, real people, and get involved in her community and others. This included the dinosaur community, of course. Claire never married, but she did adopt 2 children, who had children of their own, and so on. She lived to see them all, and surprised her family by outliving her original descendants, or adopted descendants, as it were, though they were so much like their mother that no one could tell the difference. When she did die, at the age of 300, no less, she passed away quietly by the sea under a starry sky. Staring up at those tiny pinpoints of light, she wondered which stars were dead, but realized that the answer was none of them. As long as they were still shining, they were alive in her eyes, and it was enough to keep her going even when those massive balls of gas were supposedly long gone. I got goosebumps, y'all. Just saying. Herself, she was not so much dying as letting go of this life, and she was confident that she would awake in an even better one, where a red dinosaur was patiently waiting for her arrival. Claire would always love Owen, and she knew that in his happy long life, he had loved her as well. Although they had only been together for a short time, they would stay by each other's side for all eternity, as most of us will in life. No matter the distance between us, we are never truly apart, because in the end, we are nothing more or less than humble passengers.
You can stop now. Oh, Vicky.
So he was alive for almost 300 years?
308 years.
308 years. Good on him. Good on him.
Yes,
Wow.
so themes and stuff. It was very touching and sad.
Yeah, I already told them that I got goosebumps at one point, so...
Yes.
Yeah. I got goosebumps, everybody!
Final thought. Actually, Vicky, say something first.
Oh, does it have to be something profound?
No, just say something. You're taking too long. I'll say
Bibimbap.
something. Okay. Final note. One thing that surrounded Passengers, which is sort of like an unfortunate product of a lot of things,
Right.
was people were talking a lot about rape. Because...
Of the whole...
Yeah, theoretically, okay, so...
It was like they had a relationship under false pretenses, yeah.
So yeah, using false pretenses and stuff. And not going to get into that a whole lot, but I do find that sort of phenomenon interesting, and I don't know, I'm not going to talk about how it is in Passengers. I almost said Harassengers, which is not quite right. No, because, there's a lot of, fine print and all this talking about, there's a lot of discussion to be had, but Jurassengers does not feature rape, except for the coining of the term space rape.
Oh, wow.
It's hyphenated. It's great. But, I do agree that it's very much not moral to do certain things.
Yeah.
Like, specifically to wake someone up in space without their consent. If that situation ever comes up, last Friday, I had to decide the same thing.
Oh, just wake someone up in space?
Yeah, no, a lot of the sort of questions of morality, I don't think they're as present in Jurassengers as Passengers, but I do think there are some things we said there, which is why you can find lyrics scattered throughout Jurassengers that belong to a song, which also has had a lot of questioning on whether or not it is rape or just like a complicated relationship issue, which is Baby It's Cold Outside.
Yeah.
Which is also why the ship is named the Neptune, because Neptune's Daughter was the movie that the song was in.
Oh, okay.
And also for other symbolic reasons, but I think relationships are very complicated, and yes, people do terrible things, and that sucks. And that doesn't make them any less terrible to like talk about it, but I mean, I do think we should discuss these issues and maybe not take one side over the other in all cases, because every single case is different, and so they need to be judged accordingly. What were you going to say?
Well, I just was, I don't know. I kind of remembered a thing that I was thinking about, like, the whole thing with, like, would it be, the whole struggle with him in the first part of the movie is like, is it even ethical for him to wake this person up?
At that point, he's probably so crazy that like that decision wouldn't have.
So I'm wondering if or when we get to the point of interstellar space travel or whatever, if someone might consider putting in some sort of clause into like contracts or whatever of, hey, yeah, you're going to be a passenger on this very long interstellar journey. If something were to happen, do you mind being woken up?
Yes.
Because that is something that I never thought of before, actually, now I think about it.
One of the things in this is like, okay, you know what, we can talk about all we want because it's a fictional movie and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But if it was real and if it was like you or me in there and we were like in space for a year, mm-hmm. like, I mean, either we'd kill ourselves or we'd do the same thing he did. But we can't say it because we've never been there. It's just like, it's like saying, okay, if somebody gave you a gun and said, if you kill this homeless person who I'm putting in front of you right now, I will spare the life of one of your loved ones. It's like you can say all you want that, I would never like make a choice, but you don't know what you're going to do in such a complex and emotionally like terrible situation as that until you're in it. So
that just made me think of like that train thought. The train. Like, if there's, like, however many people on a track, and, that whole thing, that train problem thing, and sometimes they include, like, if one of those people on the track is a loved one, as, like, a sort of modifier.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like choosing to do something that has emotional and moral implications. You cannot know until you are in that situation, so thank God we don't have spaceships.
Yeah.
Thank God they're just a myth. Just like werewolves.
Yes. And
Eskimos.
Yes.
I was quoting The Simpsons, by the way. Which they said vampires aren't real. They're just like leprechauns or Eskimos or something.
Okay, then.
That was a really old episode. I liked it.
Yeah.
Anyway, with Mr. Burns as a member. Anyway,
right.
I think we should stop because you have to get to class.
Yes,
I've been holding you hostage.
Yes, you're done. I'm free now? I'm a free person?
Yes.
I'm a free man.
Oh God, I'm trying to think of a Passengers joke because like I'm holding you here against your will. And like, but I can't think of one, but you know what I would have done. So anyway,
oh my goodness.
We've been here for an hour, so let's stop.
All right, bye everybody. Thank you for listening.
Goodbye, and I can't think of anything else to say, so I just won't.
All right, see ya.
Bye.